Stories about insane interactions between fans and celebrities have been more and more common in the media, and maybe that's just because everyone has a camera now, but what we wanted to find out is where did it all start? Before Beliebers, Swifties, or the Raider Nation, what set off this obsession that has consumed fanatics with artists and athletes for centuries now? Today, we're diving into the wild world of crazed fans where people will fight, kill, and steal over their insane obsessions. Chariot factions, the ancient Riot. Organized fanaticism first appeared over the Chariot factions in Rome and Byzantium, whose intense team loyalty exploded into full-scale civil war. Fans didn't just root for teams, they belonged to four powerful factions: greens, blues, reds, or whites. These intense loyalties represented deep social political divisions, which boiled over in 532 AD after a dispute between the blues and greens in Constantinople escalated into the Nika riots, a week of bloody civil unrest against Emperor Justinian that nearly toppled the government. The result was a massacre that left an estimated 30,000 people dead, all starting from a disagreement over a chariot race. This tribal organized group fanaticism eventually set the stage for the individual idol. History is wild. I wish that I cared more about history when I was younger, but oh well.
I wish I had known about this when I was there, because I was honestly like, oh yeah, there's just these like big columns. I was just like, neat.
Shortly after the Nika riots, the Gladiator groupies arrived in ancient Rome, and they were absolutely feral for their favorite fighters. Gladiators were often slaves or criminals, yet they had a celebrity status that could stop Rome in its tracks. Women from servants to senators' wives became obsessed. Archaeologists have found graffiti declaring love for specific fighters, like Cretians, the net fighter, is the heartthrob of the girls. What did we find out? He was like a Neptune-looking guy with the trident
and like a trident and a weighted net.
Essentially a blanket with a bunch of like metal balls on it.
He's hot and he's gonna kick your ass. It's just like, oh, this guy. Admiration quickly turned bizarre. Some fans collected gladiator sweat and even blood. Empress Faustina, wife of Marcus Aurelius, became so obsessed with the gladiator that she demanded he be executed and then bathed in his blood. It's going to be very sticky. The first modern star. Before musicians caused mass hysteria, it was a poet who broke the mold initially. Lord Byron is often cited as the first true modern celebrity, well known for his poem, Childe Harold's Pilgrimage, published in 1812. He became the original brooding idol, famous for his scandalous personality. A few decades later, in the 1840s, Franz Liszt became the world's first classical music superstar. People screamed, fainted, and jostled around to grab his gloves or even strands of his hair. Hair is just a popular thing.
Cram in real tight and try to grab chunks of hair.
Getting your hair ripped out is...
Oh no, trust me, I know, but I mean
good.
like...
It's not good.
iShowSpeed just had his hair pulled out, pee thrown on him.
Dude, like imagine a full dreadlock getting yanked out.
You would bleed for sure.
Oh, I'm sure he bled. Yeah, he probably bled for sure. I mean, because they got a couple locks off him.
I mean, yeah, on eBay they had at least like 2 pill posters.
Yeah, but you know what? Some of those were probably like bootleg dreadlocks.
Just
like
a random person's. It
was
not
just
even his.
Yes, bro. Somebody pulled my hair and some random jumped on me.
But the real tipping point came with the birth of rock and roll. With Elvismania. The story of Elvismania is when fan love turned into something bordering on insanity. In August 1956, Elvis performed in Jacksonville, Florida. A local judge warned Elvis that he would be arrested if he moved suggestively. Elvis was just 21 at the time and played along. He stood perfectly still and only wiggled his little finger, which made the crowd absolutely erupt. When the show ended, hundreds rushed the stage, tearing off pieces of his jacket and clawing for his hair. Again with the hair. Again with the hair.
All about the hair. I mean, he survived, so that's good.
He survived. And so it just keeps getting crazier too, because years later, during his Las Vegas residency, one determined fan hid inside a maid's cart and rolled into Elvis's suite. She was found sitting on his bed, crying, and said she only wanted to see him breathe.
Anytime anyone talks about breathing, I just think of like the Hey Arnold kid who breathes.
Oh, the super pasty guy, like
like that's what I picture her wanting. She's like, I just want to see him breathe, and he's like.
And I guess I'd rather deal with that than like someone who's erratic and just going bonkers, you know?
I don't know, because I feel like the calm is also unsettling, because you're like, when's the calm gonna turn?
Oh yeah, like you're just in the eye of the storm and the psycho is about to emerge.
It's gonna hit real soon.
So it turns out people didn't just get weird. They've been weird for a very long time.
Yeah.
The obsession only got worse after he died in 1977. Within weeks of his burial, a group of men hatched a bizarre plot to steal Elvis's body for ransom. The police foiled the plot, forcing the Presley family to later rebury Elvis in the secure meditation gardens at Graceland.
We don't know how much of a fan these guys were. I'm sure they probably were.
Yeah,
but they seemed pretty desperate. They just seemed
that's just a
desperate dude.
A grubby thing to do. Like if you're a fan, I can see a fan loving the artist and being so obsessed that they would hurt them just because they want a piece. Mm-hmm. But this, it seems like it was very just financially, monetarily driven.
This was like, just goes to show you like the craziness of being a celebrity though. Like you're not even safe after you die.
They burned it just like last week, huh?
Well, let's just keep on moving right into the 60s then, where things only got louder. If Elvis Mania gave the world a glimpse of celebrity fever, Beatlemania turned it up to 11.
These go to 11.
Screaming crowds, hotel invasions, and fans who would go to almost any extreme for the Fab Four. During the Beatles' first US tour in 1964, one young fan had a plan that defied logic. She reportedly hid herself in the airplane's lavatory for part of a flight, simply wanting to be close to the band. When discovered, she was crying, and her explanation was, "I just wanted to be near them, just to see them."
It's very similar to Elvis's girl, huh? I just need to see them breathe.
Yeah, so...
Like, I just need to see them.
So true fans, they want hair, they want bodily fluids, and they want to see you breathing.
That's positive though, because
it's
they
better
don't want to kill you.
Yeah, that's better than wanting your corpse to wear around the house, I guess.
When they found her in the bathroom, she was just like, "Oh, I just really had to go."
Yeah.
Like,
was this the flight from the UK to New York, or which
no, I
flight
think it was like
this?
New York to Chicago or something like that. It wasn't.
That's still like a 2-hour flight, probably.
Oh, it's
right?
still it's long enough to be concerning. That
long enough where like you shouldn't. Like, if you're spending 2 hours in an airplane bathroom, we have more things to worry about, I think.
Yeah.
Talking about crazy stories, how about the hotel intruder? One night, a determined fan took it even further. She climbed a fire escape and entered Paul McCartney's hotel room, bypassing security. When discovered, the fan was crying and nervous, simply desperate to be near him before being escorted out. The painful reality of this obsession was captured during the 1971 Imagine documentary. It showed John Lennon calmly yet firmly telling a fan who had camped outside his home, believing Lennon's songs contained secret messages in his lyrics that were not actually written about him.
You know, if what I was thinking was true.
Well, what were you, is it true?
Well, I guess not.
Right, I'm just a guy, man.
But it all fits.
Anything fits, you know. If you're tripping off on some trip, anything fits, you know.
Remember that one, you can radiate everything you are, you can penetrate anywhere you go?
Yeah.
Syndicated. Yeah.
That was just having fun with words. And...
Thinking of anyone in particular when you were singing all that.
How could I be? How could I be thinking of you, man?
Well, I don't know, maybe I don't care me, but it's all somebody.
I'm thinking about me, or at best Yoko, if it's a love song.
This is an interesting video, because the guy is a Vietnam vet. So my heart kind of breaks for him, because he was
probably fried because he was self-medicating to cope with how horrible Vietnam was.
So he even with all that in the conversation, he seems like a nice guy. Like, he's just
the fan.
Yeah, he's like kind of genuine about it. Like, he's like, but
yeah, Lennon was kind of not blatantly rude, but you could tell in his tone. Why would you think that this is about you? That's so random.
I think he's probably trying to set a boundary, and it's just like coming across as like a little bit aggressive.
He was probably just seeing like, who is this lunatic?
Yeah, right. He doesn't know the guy's
versus
like a Vietnam
he doesn't
vet.
know the guy's a Vietnam vet. That's you know, he's like, this is just some burnout. It's
Yeah.
like, well, he is a burnout, but you know, he kind of has a good reason. As celebrity security tightened, the most extreme forms of obsession became terrifyingly unpredictable. The 80s and 90s saw stalking turn lethal and extremely delusional.
Who is this? John. Who? Oh no, not you, kid. Look, I really can't talk to you, okay?
In 1981, John Hinckley Jr. became obsessed with the actress Jodie Foster. He bombarded her with letters and phone calls at Yale before attempting to assassinate President Ronald Reagan just to get her attention. That's yeah, I didn't know about that until we were looking into making this video.
Yeah, I didn't either.
That's
About that he was like trying to get
that
her
he was
attention.
gonna assassinate Reagan just to get Jodie Foster's attention.
That was the whole thing for it.
I'd never heard about this before.
Dude, and he paralyzed one of the officers.
They passed a really famous, I can't remember what it is. There's a famous law that was passed because of it. There was some serious carnage when he attacked Reagan.
Yeah, the video footage is crazy. He goes and he shoots and he fires like 5 shots. He takes down like 3 officers, I think, you see laying on the ground, and then the rest like swarm him and have him against a wall, and then you just kind of see the other. They get Reagan in the car, and the car leaves immediately.
And policeman who was injured.
All right, stay back.
Jodie, by sacrificing my freedom and possibly my life, I'm asking you to please look into your heart and at least give me the chance, with this historical deed, to gain your respect and love.
A jury found Hinckley not guilty by reason of insanity, and he spent more than 30 years at a mental institution in D.C.
I have true remorse for what I did. I know that they probably can't forgive me now, but I just want them to know that I am sorry for what I did.
This just goes to show how no one's really safe, not even royalty. In 1982, Queen Elizabeth II experienced a terrifying security breach where an intruder managed to sneak into her bedroom at Buckingham Palace, waking the Queen and talking to her for 10 minutes while sitting on the foot of her bed before being apprehended.
He did it twice. I think it was the second time he got caught. So he went in the first time, and if The Crown has taught me anything watching that, he stole a bottle of wine the first time.
This was the second time.
And this was the second time. That's when he woke her up. Basically, it was like 7 a.m. He woke her up.
Can you imagine waking up and just at the foot of your bed, just...
Oh yeah, no.
Good morning.
That's basically what it's like if you have a cat.
I mean, the idea of that happening here, like in just a regular house, is like terrifying. So imagining something that's as like
that should not be able to happen. Yeah.
Nothing out of the ordinary should ever happen under like strict order and routine
Queen,
and staff and
literal
security.
Queen level security.
Thank God he wasn't like a
kill, like
a
going
murderer,
in there to
yeah.
like kill or
Like that could have been way worse.
The intruder was charged with theft but not trespass, leading to an immediate total overhaul of palace security. And then later that decade, late night host David Letterman was targeted by Margaret Mary Ray, who suffered from severe long-term delusions. Ray was arrested repeatedly for absurd crimes, including stealing Letterman's Porsche and breaking into his home, claiming to be his wife and that her young son was David Jr. Just, breaking into houses and just...
This is actually sad. Looking up the stuff for her, I legitimately felt bad for her because she
was legitimately insane.
Yeah, she was sick. Apparently the same thing happened with the Queen where David Letterman woke up with her standing at the side of her bed. And he was in bed with his girlfriend.
I think she was harassing Letterman for years, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, no. It was a long
ongoing thing. And then, her story is really sad. I mean, she ended up getting institutionalized, and then that kind of was just it. And then things kind of tragically concluded by her own accord. And speaking of obsessed fans, in 1993, tennis star Monica Seles was stabbed by one on the court. The fan wasn't obsessed with Seles, though. He was obsessed with her rival, Steffi Graf, and simply wanted to eliminate the competition. The German court found the attacker mentally impaired and only gave him a 2-year suspended sentence, which sparked international outrage over the leniency of the punishment.
Dude, that video's crazy. Hearing her scream.
That video was gnarly because I think he was just shy of her spine and could have paralyzed her for life.
I mean, he ruined her tennis career, it seems like.
I don't think she ever played. Yeah.
She might have, but I don't think it wasn't to the level of where she was, because she was rising.
Violence isn't limited to just the fans. In 2004, the NBA saw Malice at the Palace, a full-scale brawl between Indiana Pacers players and Detroit Pistons fans that started after a fan threw a drink. The fight spilled into the stands and resulted in massive player suspensions and a league-wide policy change.
All of a sudden I noticed there's there's something going on, and they called out, and I noticed one of the guys shouting into the stands or something, and then I see a cup get thrown.
Yeah, I guess it hit him right in the chest.
Now Artest has jumped over the scorer's table and is trying to get down to the bench. I'm not allowed to stand up for myself? I thought this was America.
And sometimes the aggression is directed squarely at the officials. In 1974, the Cleveland Indians held 10-cent beer night, which quickly spiraled into a full-scale riot where fans stormed the field, throwing objects at players and physically assaulting the umpire, forcing the Indians to forfeit the game.
10-cent beer, though? That sounds like quite the deal.
Probably
like $3, right, for a beer?
Probably like, so for like a baseball beer, it's 1974. I'm going to bet...
3?
I'm going to bet $2.
I'm guessing, because you're thinking that's 1,000%.
$1.
How much did a beer cost in 1974 at a baseball game? I don't want the ratio. 250?
150.
And I said 2. Typically around 65 cents.
Oh.
That's still 85% off or something like that to have a 10-cent beer. So that's like having.
So that's still a significant discount.
It's like $2. That's like having like $2 or $3 beer night today.
Yeah, because in one of the interviews,
yeah.
one of the interviews I saw, somebody was saying like, yeah, people were getting like 6 beers.
Financially, this is the best decision you're going to make today.
You're losing money if you don't get 6 beers before the 5th inning.
You want to see this beer go to waste? Like,
here's what I want to know: who on the board was like, "This is a great idea"?
Wild card, bitches!
In 2011, after the Vancouver Canucks lost the Stanley Cup final, fan anger triggered a mass riot that saw looting, arson, and property destruction across downtown Vancouver. This also happens when the Eagles win or lose pretty much anything after the playoffs.
I love when they grease the telephone poles before.
I know, it's so great.
The grease pole. I'm not quite sure it's going to deter them.
The 1985 Heysel Stadium disaster saw rival fans charge each other before the European Cup final, causing a poorly maintained stadium wall to collapse under the pressure and resulted in 39 deaths and a 5-year ban for all English clubs from European competition.
Well, that's a lot of people.
Yeah, just negligence and like not properly coded construction. Even more globally impactful was the 1969 football war between Honduras and El Salvador, where World Cup qualifier match violence ignited existing political tensions, leading to a brief but deadly 4-day war between the two nations that lasted around 100 hours.
This one's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I mean...
Like, just a straight up war.
People go insane for soccer. I was never really that into soccer when I was younger, and as I got older and started to like really see and take in how much other people are so invested in this, I thought Giants and Dodgers fans were crazy.
Yeah.
Soccer makes Giants and Dodgers look like kumbaya.
Yeah.
Like,
it's an interesting game to watch. It's entertaining, but yeah, the fans can get scary.
Cue fan fights.
Go right there. Ooh! Yup.
If the past was defined by calculated stalking, the modern age is defined by chaotic viral attacks and high-tech surveillance. We've seen supermodels like Gigi Hadid physically grabbed in Milan and security guards literally fighting off fans just to clear a path for Lady Gaga. The highest escalation of individual obsession is the K-pop Saesung phenomenon, where fans operate as technological stalkers, planting GPS trackers in cars and illegally buying private flight records. In one of the craziest examples, members of the boy band TVXQ were targeted by a Saesung who poisoned one member's drink with glue, forcing him to have his stomach pumped. Dude, I don't know.
That's crazy.
I don't know who TVXQ is.
I don't either, but why would you poison him if
why
you're a
would you
fan?
poison him with glue? From ancient history to modern stadiums, the story of fandom is about connection, but sometimes that connection crosses a dangerous line, whether it's admiration, obsession, or something in between. The power of celebrity isn't going away anytime soon. Feel free to like and subscribe and comment on who you think the craziest fans really are. Until next time, stay curious and maybe keep your distance from the front row.